All right, here's a look at the plasma table on the first draining, and I don't really know. I've had it probably maybe 2 or 3 weeks now. You can see the slats are pretty much untouched. There's a few cut throughs here and there, but I've really not cut that much. I've just been slow on the metal art and various things. But I wanted to fix that leaking drain down there, so good time to drain it. And so I'm going to get the metal out of it, and then just bring the water hose inside here and wash a lot of this stuff down. One tip that somebody gave me that I've not done yet, and I need to, is go to a marine supply or maybe order it on Amazon. You can get these sacrificial anodes that are used in the marine industry, and they will serve to attract all of the, you know, the fine particles and things. They'll stick to it and gravitate to it, so that it's not just all in the table everywhere. But so, and I'm not putting any of the treatment stuff in here, and but I think I will use the 20 mule team, because when I use that, I don't get that rusted water look. And if you leave that, you know, you end up getting it on the stuff that you cut if you leave it sitting there for very long. And I never got that before when I was using the 20 mule team borax powder, just sprinkling it in there. It seemed to neutralize the rust, and that stuff's inexpensive, and especially if I'm going to cycle the water once a month or so. But let me get this stuff out of here and start filling it back up, and I'll show you guys what I ended up doing for the drain outside. All right, got it all cleaned out of there, and just gonna fill it back up a little ways and try to grab this hose here. Hey, the door's open. Almost never open that door. I got the air conditioner on and the door open. Maybe we won't have it open too long here. But hopefully we can rinse this. Let me set you up on the camera stand. Some people call it tripod. Back your way. Got a kink in the hose. So that's working pretty good. Just draining it out alone won't get the crap out of the bottom of it. Once you cut and it's in there, it just kind of settles to the bottom. All the water just drained right off the top of it and left all the sediment in there. So we'll get some of this stuff ran down to the edge. And let's see. And we don't have a lot of water pressure on this because we're filling at the same time over there. Let me show you the drain setup out here. So that's working pretty good. But what I think I'm gonna do is just go ahead and fill it up now. I got stuff to do here Monday. I still haven't got that 3/8 plate out, and cut that. And then I got some 1/4 to cut on this tubing bender. So bear with me a second. I had an extra piece of pipe and a 22-degree fitting that I had left over. And so that's just stuck on there. You know, and I'm gonna just keep it that way. And it's not quite long enough. I wish it was long enough to reach down where these gravel are. But you can see where it was landing right there. You see that place where it's worn out right there? That's where the water was landing, and it was all running in there. So when I'm not using it, I just take the pipe out and lay it along the edge right here. So let me go open the drain and show you that. All right, so I just abandoned the washing it down. I'm just gonna leave it like that. I need to go ahead and get stuff going here. And so filling it back up over there. And I think we got our leak solved. I don't see anything dripping. That there is just left from when it was leaking before. And this fitting, man, you can just see it was leaking in like 3 or 4 places. So I don't know if it was just something with the threads, or if I didn't get pipe dope spread in there, you know, good enough. You see everywhere that rust stain's dripping down is where the thread was leaking. I mean, it's like leaking all the way around it. So anyway, it's not leaking now, so we're all good to go on that. So that's a good thing. Yeah. All right, this is my first time really loading any plate of any significance. This thing is annoying. I don't know what you guys think about it, but you see how I got, you know, 2 clamps on there with that bar that I made, and this sheet's already got a couple things cut out of it. But it's annoying in that if you don't get it perfectly on there with everything, you know, like perfectly balanced, you get this kind of thing going on here where it's all tilted and whatever. And I don't know what you guys think. You know, what I used to do is get up on there and measure everything out and put a couple of marks on it, and then set the clamps on the marks so that it's centered. And this would be on a full sheet, one that's not been cut on, so that it's centered that way and that way. And that works, you know, it'll pick it straight up and keep it level. But it's just a lot of work, you know. You got to get up on there every time, measure it out. Hopefully I don't sound like I'm whining, but I kind of am. So, and then when you have things like this, you need a way to account for that. So I'm curious if you guys know of any load levelers that might work well for this. I mean, I know you can get one like for an engine hoist that gives you some micro adjustment, but it's usually just in one direction. So, you know, I could center it this way, but how would you get it that way? I guess I could get 2 of them and crisscross them and make a bracket that holds both of them together. And for loading plate, I usually have plenty of clearance. I don't run out of length usually. Loading other stuff, you know, sometimes I don't have enough height. I get up to the top of the chain fall before I, you know, reach where I need to be. So anyway, I'd be curious what you guys think about the load levelers and any particular thing. The ones for an engine hoist are about 40 bucks a piece, and they're rated at 3/4 of a ton. So that'd be plenty. You know, for most everything I do, I mean, this is 300 pounds here, and this 1/2-inch sheet, a full one, is 600 and something. So 3/4 of a ton would be enough for that. So let me know what you guys think on that. All right, what was I just saying about the some kind of load leveler? Man, this carcass here that's mostly used up. I should have probably just cut all this out and cut that good sheet out of it. But there's, you know, a few sections in there you can get some little parts out of it, like right there or whatever. But the position I had to get it in to get it balanced, and I have no idea how I got it on here the first time, but it just let go right there. Luckily I only got my hand a little mangled up, pinched right there under the corner. But I was away from it, but I was just kind of pushing on it with my hand, pushing it back, and all of a sudden, bam, it let go and dropped right there. So definitely need to do something about that.